What if an algorithm knew your soulmate better than you do? It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But today, I'm putting that very idea to the ultimate test. A few weeks ago, I stumbled upon this groundbreaking AI, this digital matchmaker, that claimed it had found my perfect partner. Not just a good match, not a you might like this person, but the one. So, I'm about to reveal if lines of code and cold, hard data truly hold the key to everlasting love, or if it's just a really, really good guess. Can a computer program actually predict true love? My phone buzzed with a notification that said, "We found your perfect partner." And honestly, my first reaction was a mix of complete disbelief and intense curiosity. I mean, we use algorithms for everything, from what movies to watch to what shoes to buy. So why not for the most important decision of our lives? This algorithm didn't just look at my hobbies or my favorite music. It claimed to have analyzed my personality, my values, my communication style, even my subconscious preferences, all from data I'd provided over the years. It crunched all that information and spit out the profile of my supposed ideal romantic match. So, join me as I embark on this wild journey to find out if this digital Cupid was right, or if it was just wildly off the mark. Imagine waking up to that notification. It's both incredible and slightly terrifying. For a moment, you wonder if it's a prank, but then you start thinking, what if it's real? This video is going to detail my entire experiment. From the moment I got that message, to the decision to actually reach out, to the nerve-wracking first meeting. I'm taking you with me every step of the way. Could an advanced algorithm truly identify the person I'm meant to be with? The results, I promise you, might just change how you think about dating, technology, and connection forever. So, let's rewind a bit and I'll explain how this whole thing started. This wasn't your typical dating app. It was an experimental platform, almost like a research project, that I signed up for months ago out of sheer curiosity. The sign-up process was intense. It wasn't just about swiping left or right. It involved a series of in-depth psychological questionnaires, interactive problem-solving games, and even sentiment analysis of my writing style from some of my public social media posts. The system was designed to build a deep, multi-layered profile of who I am, far beyond the surface-level stuff. I filled it all out, kind of forgot about it, and then, boom, the email arrived. It said, "Project Chimera has concluded its analysis. We have identified a 99.7% compatibility match." 99.7%. I mean, I don't even think I'm 99.7% compatible with my favorite pizza. The email included a link to a protected profile. No name, no photos at first. Just a collection of data points, their core values, their sense of humor, rated as ironic with a strong appreciation for puns, their conflict resolution style, collaborative and direct, and even their preferred way to spend a rainy Sunday afternoon, reading a book under a blanket with a hot beverage in hand. It was like reading a description of a character in a novel, a character designed specifically for me. The eerie part. Everything I read resonated with me on a deeply personal level. These weren't just things I liked. They were things that felt fundamental to who I am and what I look for in a person. The platform gave me a choice. I could unlock the full profile, which would then notify the other person that their match had done the same, or I could dismiss the match, and the system would never bring it up again. This was the point of no return. Dismissing it felt like turning down a winning lottery ticket just to see if it was real. Unlocking it felt like stepping into a social experiment where my own heart was the primary variable. My finger hovered over the reveal match button for what felt like an eternity. My heart was pounding. What if they looked at my data-driven profile and thought, no way? What if this whole thing was just a ridiculously elaborate hoax? But the curiosity was too strong. I had to know. So, with a deep breath, I clicked it. The screen refreshed, and a single photo loaded. And I have to be honest with you. My jaw dropped. It wasn't just that the person was attractive. It was the way they were attractive. There was a kindness in their eyes, a genuine smile that wasn't posed for the camera. They were in a bookstore, with a slightly messy pile of books next to them. It felt authentic. It felt right. Then their name appeared. Alex. A few seconds later, another notification popped up on my screen. Alex has also chosen to reveal the match. A private chat has been opened for you. My stomach did a complete flip. This was real. The algorithm had made its move, and now it was up to us. Our first conversation was surreal. You know that awkward small talk you usually have to power through when you meet someone new? We just skipped it. It felt like we were picking up a conversation we'd been having for years. We talked about the weirdness of the situation, how an algorithm brought us together. We laughed about the ironic with a strong appreciation for puns description, and Alex immediately hit me with a terrible pun that made me groan and laugh at the same time. Checkmate, algorithm. We discussed the books in their photo, and it turned out we'd both just read the same obscure sci-fi novel. It was one coincidence after another, but it didn't feel like a coincidence. It felt like compatibility. After a few days of non-stop messaging that felt more like weeks, we decided it was time to meet in person. This was the real test. Data is one thing, but real-life chemistry? That's a whole different ballgame. We decided to meet at a neutral public place, a cozy little coffee shop halfway between us. I was so nervous walking in. What if the digital connection didn't translate? What if we had nothing to say? I saw Alex sitting at a table in the corner, and they looked up and smiled. And in that moment, all the anxiety just melted away. That same authentic smile from the photo was right there in front of me. The first date lasted for 4 hours. It felt like 20 minutes. We talked about everything and nothing. Our dreams, our fears, our most embarrassing childhood memories. It was effortless. The algorithm had predicted our compatibility in communication, and it was spot on. There were no awkward silences, no moments of trying to think of what to say next. It just flowed. It was the kind of connection you read about or see in movies, the kind you're secretly skeptical even exists. And here I was living it, all because I trusted a piece of code. So, the big question, is this algorithm the future of love? Is Alex my perfect partner? Here's my take. The algorithm wasn't magic. It didn't create a soulmate out of thin air. What it did was act as the most efficient, insightful, and frankly brutally honest filter imaginable. It stripped away all the noise of modern dating, the endless swiping, the judging based on a single photo, the mismatched intentions. It connected two people based on the core of who they are. It identified a potential for a deep, meaningful connection, and then it stepped aside and let human nature do the rest. Alex and I are still seeing each other. We're taking it one day at a time, but it's the most promising, healthy, and exciting connection I've ever experienced. We still laugh about how we met. We call the algorithm the professor because it knew us better than we knew ourselves. So, was the AI right? It predicted a perfect partner, and it gave me Alex. And Alex is a real, wonderful, imperfect human being who I am incredibly compatible with. Maybe perfect isn't about finding someone flawless. Maybe it's about finding the person whose data, whose soul, just happens to align perfectly with yours. And for that, I have to say, thank you, science. This whole experience has completely reshaped my perspective on finding love. It makes me wonder what else technology will be able to help us with in the future. Could it help us find our perfect career? Our ideal group of friends? The possibilities are both thrilling and a little bit scary. What do you guys think? Would you ever trust an algorithm to find your perfect partner? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear what you all think about this. Thank you so much for joining me on this absolutely wild ride. It's been an incredible journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with all of you. If you enjoyed this story and want to see what happens next in my algorithmic romance, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss an update. Your support means the world to me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.